Was just gonna leave it there, but hello everybody, welcome to the Build with a Starter Pack stream here at Local Hack Day 2021. I nearly just called it Local Hack Day Learn, and it's not Learn, and then I nearly called it Local Hack Day 2020, and it's not 2020 anymore. This, if you haven't already guessed it, is the Build with a Starter Pack stream. I've got me, and I've also got Lahaj. I'm Jacqueline. Most people call me Jack because it's less letters. And we are gonna have a great little stream today. This is where we're going to be going and building some cool things. But before we do that, we need to go and get some fun admin stuff out the way. So this stream, in case you're not sure, is part of a Local Hack Day. And Local Hack Day is a great chance of learning, building, and sharing. This is the build where we're going to be building some cool things. It is an event run by Major League Hacking, and if you've not heard of us, head over to mlh.io to learn some more. But before we jump into actually building our project, to me explaining what this actual stream is all about, we're gonna go and check in, because this year at Local Hack Day Build, you can go and earn points for your guild and personally. By collecting these points, we're having this big competition between you and everybody else in different guilds, and basically, you know, the best guild, or the guild which wins the most points with the coolest people, is the winner. And so, what does points mean? Points means prizes, obviously. And so this is a chance for you to go and get some awesome swag. The link you need to go and check in is on your screen right now. It is hackb.ac/ilikesharks. So head over to that link now to go and check in. I'm going to show you me checking in because we all know can be a little bit difficult. So this is my screen. As you can tell, I am a huge fan of Ryan Swift. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go and head over to hackp.ac/ilikesharks, the link that's on your screen right now. When I get here, I'll need to hit login. If you're here with us at Local Hack Day Learn or Build even this year, you'll already have an account. So scroll down, hit that sign in button. If you've not already got one though, just make one. It'll only take a second. I'm gonna go log in as me. I'm gonna hit enter there. And it's going to take us back to this page. And it is as simple as, once you're here, clicking register and check in. When you're checked in, you've just earned points. Who doesn't love points? And you're well on your way to potentially earning some awesome swag for your guild. Now, we've got in chat a really, really important question. We've got someone saying, hey, I'm not in the guild. Does anybody have any to recommend? Well, do not worry. We've got a couple of cool ones. We've got Eddie Hub, which a lot of people are in and having a great time, but there's actually tons of different guilds. To find them, head over to Discord. You're gonna see on my screen an interesting amount of channels, but ignore most of them. What you wanna do is you wanna go and head into the looking for a guild channel, and you can go and post in there. You can say, hey, I want a cool guild in this time zone, in this place, and go post in there. If you, on the other hand, you know, you're just looking for guilds to join, you don't want to put a message in there, we have a Join My Guild channel where a load of our guild owners have gone and posted links to their channels about how to join, what the guild is called, and why it is awesome. So take a look. If there is one you really, really like the look of, then go and join it, because the more people in guilds, the better. And we've got loads of people in chat showing off all of their different streams. We've got the developer student community, we have got Pirates of the Web, we've got, of course, shout outs for Eddie Hub and Equicode, and so many people are here. We've got Melon just here being like, let's go, we're gonna do this, and yes, we are. This is gonna be absolutely awesome, and I can't wait to see what you all create. So while you're all checking in, the link is at the bottom of your screen and is going to stay down there for the rest of the stream even, so do not worry about forgetting it. But if you've not already head over to go to hackp.ac/ilikesharks for your chance to go and get some points. And this is a good point, but you would be surprised at how many different people you know, either don't go to events, and you know, you've got this big guild but everyone's inactive. So don't worry, even if you're in a smaller guild, you have a chance to earn some awesome swag. And spoiler alert, anybody who is checking into events actively at Local Hack Day and has correctly submitted their information will be getting postcard and stickers and all sorts of other stuff sent straight to their door. And yeah, that is total bread. So it's gonna be awesome. So what is this stream? What are we up to today? As you know, I've got someone in chat being like, what is this? I joined a bit late. Well, if you joined a bit late, do not worry, because I'm going to take you over what we're doing now. MLH, if you go to learn.mlh.io, and I'm going to go and full screen me. It's not actually the link though, it's mlh.io/learn, isn't it? No, it's not. We're gonna Google MLH starter packs, that's what we're gonna do. It's hack.mlh.io, there we go, hack.mlh.io/learn. I'm gonna go and pop this link in chat. MLH offers all sorts of really, really cool starter packs, and they're basically a way of jumping into a project, whether that's a hackathon, whether it's, you know, something you're making with your best friend called Lahaj, who's also a shark, anything at all, and you just want to go and jump in. You don't want to worry about setting up the framework, you don't want to worry about, you know, setting up authentication or anything boring like that. Now we have a couple of different starter kits. We have the Flask Python starter kit. We have the Node.js one, which is server-side JavaScript if you've not used Node before. We've got DataStax, and DataStax Astra is basically a way of using a cool open source database technology known for expansive scalability, and it's used by GitHub and Spotify. So if you want to use a kind of more enterprise-orientated database and learn how to do that, DataStax Astra is an awesome kind of starter kit to try out. We also have the Radar starter kit. If you're ever building something where, you know, you just want to have a go at including geolocation. So an example is, I was building an app for a university project, and it had an app, it had a backend, and I didn't want to have to worry about getting people's locations from, you know, my phone all the way up to the cloud and saving it in a sensible way and writing all the code to go and geolocate people. The cool thing about Radar is it will do all of that for you. And so that's a awesome starter kit for if you're looking for your shark and you can't find him, but he has a tracker on. And there's also the Cockroach DB starter kit, which is similar to DataStax in the sense that it's a database, except it's, you know, it's more focused on a different use case. It's Postgres SQL compatible. So the TLDR of what that means is it's using like stuff similar to MySQL, where you've got like a SQL syntax, you type it in, you can do queries like that. And so it's really, really cool. Can one sign up for multiple starter kits? Asks Cyber. Yes, the cool thing about this is you can grab as many starter kits as you want. You can build them forever. These are not just for local hack day. These are for life, just as any puppies you buy from a shop. And we've got a really good question as well from Boros saying, do these packs have different points? Well, you actually only need to build using one pack to get your points here at Local Hack Day. And the really, really cool thing is that it means you've got time. I'm on stream going to be building with the Python one, and it gives you time to actually build out your own little mini project. So yeah, it is going to be awesome. Now, the most beginner-friendly starter pack, I personally would say, is if you've used one of the two languages before, or you're kind of familiar at least with Python or JavaScript, the Flask and Node.js starter kits are really, really good places to get started. At the same time, I also recommend CockroachDB if you're looking for a quick database. DataStax is, I think, slightly more advanced, but still, if you're interested in learning about NoSQL kind of side of stuff, is very kind of easy to pick up. It just takes a little bit longer. And Radar, it takes a little bit of getting your head around, but it is super awesome. So in case you missed it, the link to get to this page and find all the starter kits are here. Now Knight says, what about Firebase? Firebase is awesome, but unfortunately we don't have a starter pack for Firebase, so it wouldn't qualify for points here at Local Hack Day Build. Okay, so I said I'm gonna go and build something with the Flask Python starter kit. And the cool thing is this will give you an easy way to spin up a website. So this starter kit contains this sample website. It lets you log in with GitHub. It lets you edit the templates and all of that kind of stuff, and how you store data. So it's a really, really cool, easy way to get started. You'll notice that we have Bootstrap from, we have like layouts from Bootstrap in there as well. Ghost, if you know literally nothing, should you stick with Node.js? Well, I'm gonna be using Python on stream, so if you wanna learn from me in real time, you can try out Python. But honestly, even if you know absolutely nothing, these are gonna be a great way of learning some new skills and trying something new. So look at it and be like, I have no idea what that is, but that looks cool, and I'm gonna have a go at it, is what my biggest recommendation would be. Do what you care about instead of just like something that doesn't really matter. So I've shown you what the Flask Python starter kit looks like. When I click on this little link here, which says get started, I'm taken to this page here, and this is GitHub. If you've not used GitHub before, it's a way of storing code, it's a way of collaborating with other developers, and it's also a way of getting access to open source packages, which you can use in your app. In this case, we've got the MLH Hackathon Flask Starter Kit. It's on GitHub, and we've got a big set of instructions we can follow to install. So Don't feel like we're just giving you a set of code. We're not doing that, because that would be really, really mean. Instead, we're giving you some starter code, but we're also walking you through how to set it up on your laptop, how to kind of get started with it, and what you should be doing. The link to the Discord is at the bottom of your screen, as is the link to check in. If you're looking for the build link, scroll up in chat, it is just there. And remember, to be eligible for points today, you don't have to use this Flask one. That's just what I'm using today. You can use any of the 5 starter kits linked that we have had. That we've linked even. So, let's go and jump into it. The first thing I'm going to do is have a look at these instructions. So, we're building, I'm going to follow this installation guide. It uses the following tools. It uses Python, which if you've not used before is a programming language. Flask is actually a thing we use on top of Python. It's a web-based framework that makes it easy to build websites using Python, and that's why we love it. It's great at hackathons, whether you're in the real world, you're building projects, you're at a hackathon, you're desperately trying to go and get something built quickly because it will handle all of the annoying internal stuff. Spoiler alert, I work at a bank. We use Python for some of our apps as well. So Python really is used in industry, and we actually use Flask apps as well. So it's a useful skill to know. PostgreSQL is a SQL database. It's just a way of storing data. And virtualenv is a way of making it easier to create your isolated Python environments. So rather than having this big mess of stuff, virtualenv is going to make it so we can, for example, store environment variables in an isolated way and all of that kind of stuff. So to get started, install Python and Postgres on your local computer if you don't already have it already. I have Python already installed, but I don't have Postgres installed, so I'm going to be installing that on stream. If you're using a Mac, chances are you will already have Python installed. But if you're unsure, just literally Google how to install Python, and you'll see, there'll be plenty of guides here, and I promise it's super simple. It's just like installing any other program. So don't worry too much about, oh my god, I've never used Python before. If you are following along with me in real time, you're going to get the chance to get up to speed with it. Melon says, hey, can we use PyCharm for this session? Absolutely, you can. You can use whatever you want. Don't think of this as a workshop. I'm not going to be directly taking you through me building it. I mean, I am, but I'm not going to necessarily be explaining in as much depth you might see in an MLH localhost workshop. Instead, I'm going to be building something in real time, so no pressure here. And we're just going to try things out. So feel free to go in a completely different route to me for the project you're making. Feel free to do something entirely different, use a different starter pack if you wish. But also, if you would like to go and follow along with me, you totally can too. So the first thing I need to do is install this Postgres using postgres.app. So I'm going to click here, and apparently this makes my life super, super simple. It's apparently the easiest way to get started with Postgres on a Mac, which I'm conveniently on. So I'm going to go and follow these instructions. We're going to hit download. I'm going to really hope this is capable of working on an M1 MacBook, because that's what I've got right now, and not everything is compatible, so fingers crossed. Where can you find a tutorial for the Node.js pack? So if you go to hack.mlh.io/learn, if you click get started, that'll explain. If you don't have Mac though, don't worry, right? See, I'm installing Postgres on a Mac. If you're not using a Mac, just Google how to install Postgres on Windows, or on Ubuntu, or on Ryan Swift's fridge. Whatever operating system you're using, go and head over to that and have a look. And yeah, Harold is like, hey, such a mood. The M1 is nice, but a little bit difficult with programming. I totally agree, M1 is awesome, but it can be a bit challenging when, for example, you need to use Docker, and Docker just doesn't work. It really does make life difficult. But if any of you do program on a fridge, that'd be awesome. Make sure you tweet us at MLHacks and hashtag localhackday, show off your fridge. So I'm gonna go and install Postgres. Don't worry about following along in real time as well. Remember, you've not just got these 2 hours to complete this challenge, you have loads of time after it. I'm gonna go and drag Postgres into my applications folder. Nightshade, so Docker works on M1 as a it kind of works. So there's a technical preview for Docker itself, but not all the packages inside Docker actually support it yet. So for example, spinning up MySQL with Docker at the moment is a little bit painful. What port do you use for PostgreSQL? Well, Melon, very interesting question. We'll get to that in a minute when we're looking at our instructions. I'm going to get rid of Discord. I'm going to go and run Postgres. You can't see, but I did just click it. And I'm going to open it. Just gonna open this and let's see what it says we should do next. Hit initialize to create a new server. Okay. I'm online for a couple of hours tonight, Adam. I'm online for another like hour and 45 minutes. So not too long, but a little while. Okay, and so I've done this, and now I need to go and set up my path. So I'm gonna go and copy paste this. A path, if you're like not sure, is just a way of basically routing commands. So it's a way of making sure your command line tools know what to do when you type something. So here is my console. If you've not used a console before, this is what it looks like. And I'm gonna go and copy paste this in. I'm gonna hit enter. It's gonna ask me for my password. And cool. So we have now set up a Postgres SQL database. It was that easy on a Mac. It'll be very, very similar on Windows as well. Just, I can't show you how to do it on Windows, but just have a Google. I promise it won't be too difficult. And now we have a Postgres SQL server running. It has just these default settings, and we are good to actually get started with building. This is my only username, says, hey, my browser crashed. Can anyone summarize the past 10 minutes? It's simple. We've gone to hack.mlh.io/learn. Link is in chat right now. And what I've done is I've installed Postgres SQL because I'm doing the Python starter kit, and that is the first step. I'm just following through these instructions. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, I've done this bit, I need to go and follow these next set of instructions, and it says I need to go and clone the code into a fresh folder. So if you've not used Git before, what cloning is it's a way of making a copy, effectively downloading a bit of code for you to edit yourself. So it's gonna go and get all of the code that is in this Git repo, and we're just gonna go and plop it into a like kind of folder on our laptop so we can develop. So the first command we need to use is git clone. But first of all, I've got a repos folder, so I'm gonna do cd repos. That basically says set my current directory to repos. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just paste that command. Again, the starter kit even gave me the git command, so I don't need to worry about it. So now, if I open Finder, and I go to my repos folder, you'll see here, we have the MLH Hackathon Flask starter folder, and inside this folder is all of these files. So anything here is also in here, which is super awesome and makes our life super, super easy. Next of all, we need to go and go into that folder, which is what I did with cd. So let's do that now. Let's do cd MLH Hackathon Flask starter. And so basically our command line is now here and here. Like it's the same folder. We're just looking at them in different views. Very good question Ghost Rider just said is, hey, what are you using to do that? So this is a terminal. If any of you are new to software dev and this looks like something hackers use in a movie, that's because it is what hackers use in a movie. If you're on Windows, you can edit directly on GitHub, but actually you can also use your command line. So if I go onto a new tab and I just Google Windows Git command line, you'll see here there is a download for Git. If you just click Windows, install this, then you'll actually be able to go and like use exactly the same commands just in your command prompt, which is super awesome. If you're on Mac though, you might be getting this error if you're trying to clone. And that is because you don't have command line tools installed. A kind of quirk with Apple stuff is that they use this to install Git. So if you just Google Mac install command line tools, it is really, really simple. I'll pop this in chat as well. But if you just follow through these instructions, it will go and install a ton of stuff, including Git. It will take a little while, but remember, you don't have to follow me along in real time. You're gonna have a chance to go and do stuff afterwards as well. So I promise, don't worry about keeping up with me. I'm gonna be going through pretty fast. Okay, so we're in our folder. The next thing we need to do is set up our virtual environment. And a virtual environment, as I mentioned before, is a way of isolating things such as our environment variables. It's a way of kind of keeping everything self-contained in a box. So say we're developing 3 different apps on our laptop, and you have a user environment variable for all of them. But all of them are different variables. If we set that variable just on our laptop itself, on our MacBook, then we're gonna have a problem because we'll have set it to user, but if we then switch between projects, then only one of them is gonna be correct. And so for reasons such as that and various other reasons, Virtual environments are awesome. If you're ever using Python, I would really, really recommend you use them. And I love how Knight is like calling me out. It's like, RuneScape, yes, I do have RuneScape installed. Do not call me out there. RuneScape is awesome. I have level 99 smithing. And if any of you don't have a level 99, you need to get on my level. I need to go and achieve level 99 fishing soon because I just picked Blahaj off the floor. I don't have a fishing rod. It's disappointing. And so I need to go and fix that. But yes, Kobo, this repo is available. It is just, if you head over to the link in chat right now, you can go and get it from there. Yes. Okay, and then click get started. Okay, so let's keep following through. We're going to set up our virtual environment. We can click here to learn more, but I've given you a bit of an explanation. So we can do virtual env venv. And oh no, I don't have virtual env installed. Oh no. But that was a prerequisite. Now, when software developing, it's very easy for this to happen. Generally, we just open a new tab and we Google Mac how to install virtual env. And it looks like there is a super easy little setup guide here. And so, because I have Python installed, I can just do pip install virtual env by the look of it. So let's have a go. Let's do pip install virtual env. Pip is not found. Let's try pip free install virtual env. Does that work? Yes. So with Mac, one thing to be aware of is that there's a little bit of a quirk where you might see guides online, they'll say do pip install or they'll say use Python. If you're on a Mac and you want to use Python free, which if you're not sure, you probably do, you should use pip free or Python free. It's because of a kind of legacy thing with how Macs work, it's a little bit annoying, but just be aware of that, it's worth knowing about. And so now I should be able to go and set up my virtual env. Virtual env is apparently still not found. Interesting. Wonder what's going on here. Pro tip, this bit is not scripted. So I'm gonna close terminal. Sometimes you just need to close and open it again. It's like a laptop, if you turn it off and on again, it'll start working. I'm gonna go and head back in. I'm gonna go back into cd repos / hackathon starter do ls, and then I'm in the right folder. That just shows me what's in the folder. So let's try doing virtual env venv. Why is this command not found? What if I do Python free then? Virtual env. Ah, okay. Do you not need virtual env if using Conda? Yeah, Conda is a way of working around it. I think Conda basically sets for virtual env for you. So yes. A man saying, hey, I just saw a bunch of red. Did I code a virus? Probably not. Don't worry. And here we go. We have Broski is saying, hey, I had that issue before, but I installed the Python free virtual env package. Well, Borowski, that's not your name, but I'm going to call you anyway because it's Borosik. I'm going to have a go at trying that. That's a really good suggestion. Let's do pip free install python free virtual env. Could not find a version. Interesting. Let's try doing -m pip and see if that gets me around it. That is very, very interesting. I'm wondering what's going on here. Someone has put a command in chat. We're gonna have a go at using that. Ah, you're right, Marcus. Python free does use venv. Thank you for correcting me. So we're gonna use this command. Why is that read only? Oh, because I didn't copy it properly. Cool. We're gonna use Python free -m venv, and then I think I'm gonna do dot because that says this current folder. Looks like that just needs a bit of an update. There we go. So if you're using Python free -m space venv dot is what you want to use. Yeah, Melon, you might have stuff installed. You might not. Just if you have something, feel free to use it. Don't feel like you have to do exactly the same commands as me. All of our kind of environments set up slightly differently, so I wouldn't worry too much. Okay, so we've got it installed. We're in the right place. The next thing our repo says we should do is go and set the source. So we're going to do source, and then this, and this basically activates our thing, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to do source dot. Why is this not working today? What am I doing wrong? I'm going to be honest with you all, I've been developing Flask apps a lot recently. The problem is I've been developing using the same template, which does all of this for me. What am I doing wrong here? -m is basically saying use this in Python. Aroid. Did I miss the venv line? So this line is broken. Let me just Google activate venv. Venv activate. Mac. This is totally normal, by the way, when programming. You'll be like, I know what I'm doing, and then you'll realize you absolutely have no idea what you're doing. I'm gonna Google Python 3 after that as well. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Looks like one of these starter kits needs a bit of an update, but that is absolutely fine. You know what I'm actually gonna do? This is a good idea. Let me just see if I do this, if it gives us all the commands the guide was designed for. It might work with some of you friends. If it works with some of you, that's awesome. If it works for you, then you're having a great day, basically. If it's not working for you, just feel free to troubleshoot. That's all I'm doing on stream. Right now, I'm just trying different things. Like, there's nothing kind of in programming which says you've got to get it right first time. In reality, you're unlikely to. And so this is kind of like what the development process is when you're building something. It'll be like, well, I've tried the instructions. That's not working. I've talked to someone. They said to try and do this. That's also not working. And so let me go and try, you know, something else. I've Googled. People in chat are all helping as well, so that is awesome. This isn't very happy. Okay, so apparently this is saying, Brew, you should not do this. Okay, so let's go and ignore this. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go and Google this. In fact, I might just make a new virtual env. That might be easier. Let's have a look. If I Google this. Yeah, when you're programming stuff, by the way, friends, if you do it on stream, there's like a rule which says it will go wrong. And that's just normal. Like, you've just got to accept it. You just got to accept that things will break. And if things don't break, you've had like a way too good day. And so, like, that's too easy, almost. Ah, here we go. I shouldn't have put a dot, should I? I should have done this. So we're gonna go and create it using python 3-env, then env. That's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna make our virtual env in the actual root directory. And that's gonna make it here. So now we can go and use source. Bazinga! And we're now in our virtual environment. This troubleshooting stream is basically my life, Quapatropa. Again, the chat on my screen is so small, I barely know, but yeah, this link I'm putting in chat right now is what I followed to actually learn how to do this properly. But yeah, I'm using this starter kit for the first time too. So, see, they are pretty beginner friendly if you actually just follow the instructions and Google enough. Okay, so now, so my internet is so fast. My internet bill is also very high. I was on 1.5 gigabyte down, and then I was like, on one hand, this is nice. On the other hand, no. Like, this is like way too much. So I'm on like 500 up and down, and it's like still Bazinga, but it's still like the bill is still way too high. As I think we all relate. Anybody who lives in like, anyone who's trying to be an adult probably relates to this. Okay, so we've done this. Now, yeah, that's what I've got, Aroid. Are you in, by any chance, are you in Canada and you use Bell, Aroid, by any chance? Nope, $40 a month is no way you're in Canada. Let's go and do this pip install command. I again suspect this is going to need to be pip free install. Whoops. That's not worked properly. You're in the US and you use Frontier. Well, I am very, very jealous. As a kind of anecdote, I once worked at a summer camp and they used Frontier and they had incredible speeds. Those speeds, are you ready for this? Was 0.4 down and 0.01 up. Yes, I did that wrong. Let's try this one. So yeah, Frontier is not my friend, but that's not Frontier's fault. It was just their awful one. You want a speed test? Okay, tell you what, I'll give you a speed test. Here we go, fast.com. It's not gonna go all the way up because I'm on stream and it's gonna cap out, but that's fine. Yeah, it's only gonna get 100 right now. If I Google like speed test, I will prove this to you, friends. I will prove this. There you go. Are you happy? It's not quite going to 500 because I'm streaming, but there you go. There's your speed test. Okay. Where should you upload to DevPost platforms? The project that you cloned, you'll do it once you've built your actual project. We'll get to submitting to DevPost at the end, so hang tight. Okay, so let's actually do this. It says the package setup script has attempted to modify things that are not within the easy install area. That's not great. We don't want that to happen. What if I do, just for the sake of checking things, I found this sometimes changes things. Really Python 3 -m pip install. See if that works. I don't know why that sometimes fixes it, but it sometimes does. Can you work with all 4 starter packs? You are welcome to. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Google this. And I'm gonna see if there's any quick fixes. Because, you know, when things go wrong, sometimes there are quick fixes. It is almost definitely my actual install, just so you know. This is saying on Stack Overflow, which is a really, really good website to go to for help with programming stuff, but I should try and upgrading setup tools. So I'm gonna go and do that right now. See if that fixes everything. Fingers crossed. No, of course it didn't. I'll just try using that original command as well, just in case. You can't activate the event in Windows. Well, don't worry. Remember, you've got plenty of time to try and work it out. This is where we get real world, friends. This is where we get really real. It's like, look at this error text. Look how beautiful it is. So we need to go and... I wonder why this is failing. The above exception through this. There's apparently a core process error. I'll be honest, I don't know what that is. Here we go. This is what's causing it. So it's invalid command bdist wheel. So if I just go and Google that in quotes, see if that gives us anything useful. Apparently installing wheel will often fix that. So let's have a go at installing wheel. Again, this is not as a prerequisite. We'll probably have to go and have a look and see what is causing this in a bit. But let's have a go at installing wheel, see if that magically fixes this. And let's do pip install requirements.txt. Is it gonna work this time? It's not failed yet. Like, it's not failed yet is basically my, like, oh, it's working. Like, yeah, it's not failed yet is basically like my life mantra. Is like, you know, I've not passed my degree yet, but I've also not failed. Open requirement.txt on Vim, you can see it exists, but you don't know if it's right. It should be right. It's probably my Python install doing strange things. But, you know, I'm glad this is happening because it means I can show you what's going wrong and, like, kind of how to deal with things. So let's have a look at what has failed this time because it's different. Right? We have failed in a different way, and we call this progress. And let's see, it says this command errored out with this, it tried to do this, and this is where it errored out. This is really strange. Let's go Googling this. I suspect this is a library which is included in the starter pack itself, and it might just be having issues with M1. Because I tested this, not on an M1 MacBook. Apparently this ships on this. It looks like it could potentially be an issue with cryptography. This is someone's like not gone to Stack Overflow, they've gone to actually Medium and posted that they've had this error. Let's Google pip. Machine reboot and try again. Ajax, we're currently on a stream. That's not gonna work. Progress indeed. I'm going to say it probably is my laptop, but I'm not going to worry about that because, you know, learning how to debug things when you're using stuff like starter kits is a really, really important thing. Am I using Big Sur by any chance? I bet I'm using Big Sur. Let's have a look. Friends. Can we have an F in chat, please? For my life right now. M1 Mac is great, to be clear. Let's see if we just follow these instructions if there's, yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna follow these instructions and see if this magically fix it. This is like a fix for M1 by the look of it and Big Sur. But if we can keep those Fs and chats coming in, that would be awesome. Kamikoze card has gone out and in. Awesome, good to know. I'm just gonna try installing this crypto tool first. Heroic's like being so nice. It's like, you got this, you got this. It's interesting, when I am trying to install a thing that would fix it, even that fails. So let me have a Google of this. It might be brew related, and that is not going to be an easy fix. Apparently you can try switching to non-Xcode command line tools, so let's go doing that. If it's not recognizing the command, my biggest bit of advice would be to Google Ripter. The issues I'm having are probably not the issues you're having. It entirely depends on what you're building. Hey, I've just realized. Hey. It literally tells us how to fix this. And this is why it's important to look at what you're building, and when you're building, look at what the command line says. So step 1, upgrade to the latest pip. It will fix most errors. And I'm actually using an old version of pip. So can we have a F in chat for my ability to read as well, everybody? Well done. Let's have a go at this. Yeah, you might need to install Venv. See if that fixes it. It might be a specific package failing for M1. Yeah, F for reading ability, indeed. Okay, to be fair, I did try the instructions, only didn't work. Step 2, it says refer to this for specific instructions on my platform. I'm gonna bet $100. Like that there isn't actually any info on how to fix it on M1 Mac. Here we go, Mac OS. So we want to try and install this as like a test one is what it says. So let's do pip install cryptography. And by the way, if it gets to like another 10 minutes and we've still had no progress, we can always just switch over to a different starter pack, so don't worry. And yeah, don't forget to pip free. Thank you so much, Adam. That would be amazing. That would be good for me to remember. So let's try pip free install cryptography, see if that works. I think since we're in the Venv, it might not matter if we're using pip free or not. But yeah, Felix is like here to troll me. I appreciate you, Felix. Your trolling is great. What is this actually failing on? Is this the same error? Open SSL. No, it's a different file it's failing on, interestingly. And I'm not quite... Oh, it's failing more than once. I love it when it does that. It's definitely an issue with the cryptography library. But I'm not quite sure what is going on here. If I Google this, is this going to tell me anything? Oops. Don't worry, friends. Like, we've all been here. I'm sure every single one of you, if you've ever been to a hackathon, has had these issues. This is my only username and say, hey, try recompiling it with like cryptography support. We have like a 2-hour stream. That's not gonna work, unfortunately, friends. Ah, here we go. This explains. Apparently this fixes it. Let's try this. If this works, can we have like a parrot emoji in chat or something to celebrate? Ah, this is my only username. Cryptography is apparently not finding Homebrew installed OpenSSL. Do you know how I would fix that on the stream? Like, as a quick fix? Can I just do brew install OpenSSL? Would that fix? Yeah. It's already installed! It's already installed, friends! Why does it not like me today? Okay, so brew install, hang on, Lahaj. I'm gonna need a hug here. It says it's supposed to be working. It's not. And we've got all these wonderful people in chat and they're trying to help me and it's not working. And this is how I feel right now. Anyway. Lahaj, go back at that. 2 hours of Stack Overflow is basically another day of programming. Apparently sudo pip free install this works on M1. Okay. I suspect that's not gonna do anything since I don't think it's an issue with the Venv at this point, but yeah, that looks like it would work on M1. Let me have a look here. So this didn't work. Let's Google brew at the end of that. Definitely seems like an issue with brew. If you've not used brew before, it's kind of like apt-get on Ubuntu, I guess. Ryan is saying, loads of people are watching and are checked in. Yes, they are. If you are watching, Ryan is doing the long, the long one. If you want to go and check into the stream, make sure you head over to hackp.ac/ILikeSharks. That's where you can go and get involved with the stream. And so head over to there. Okay. But yes, make sure you're checking in. It's the way to go and get points. I would rather not reinstall brew. Let's try do brew ls open SSL. This is my only username. You're a legend. It's definitely installed, which is the strange thing. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. Apparently, like, closing and reopening terminal can fix, and for the sake of trying it, let's try it. As you can see, I'm a huge fan of Ryan Swift. So let's go into item. And like, by the way, this is totally normal when programming. Like, it's good to have things go wrong, so I can at least show you how to debug them. So let's go back into cd repos/mlh flash starter kit. And at this point, I forget the commands I used to get into my virtual env. So let me just find them real quick. It's this, I've already done that, but whatever. And then it is the source command. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's do the command that is actually listed here and just check it's not magically fixed itself. We can do pip free install -r requirements.txt. Everybody, can we have like fingers? Oh, I was about to say it's not failed yet, but now it has. It's definitely an issue with cryptography, but I'm not quite sure like what specifically. I'm curious. I want to see if it's like something that like all of these starter kit libraries use. So I'm going to really quickly just hop over to the Node.js one, and I'm just going to go and try that one. I can't remember how to exit a venv. It's not like that, but it worked. So let's go and have a go at just validating this real quick. Peace was never an option, is basically Python. I agree. After what lines does it fail? Alex, Adam even, let me pull it up for you right now. In fact, no. What I'm going to do is, before I go back to the Python one, I'm going to have a go at this one, just to see if we can get it fixed. So if I do cd repos, I just want to have a backup, that's all friends. So if things don't fix themselves, we can just go and try that. If I go into here, oops, cd repos slash, how did I mess that up? MLH, oh, it's one of those days, friends. It's one of those days. Let's go into the Node.js one. Let me just really quickly follow the instructions for Node.js. Let's just check npm's working. It might be a proxy error. This isn't a corporate laptop, but it does sometimes happen. So the Node.js one is working fine. I'm just gonna do npm start. It's gonna die, but I'm just gonna do it just to check it does start. And then if I go to localhost 5000. Okay, so if you want a really easy start, check out the Node.js one. That seems to work fairly seamlessly. I'm going to send a link to the Node.js one in chat right now. And it seems to be like the easiest one with has less issues. So there you go, it's in chat right now. Alright, I love your music choice too. It is my my ZSH, which I can never say, that I'm using to make terminal nice. Cyberlurker is saying the correct way of closing a virtual env is to use deactivate. I actually think the correct way is to just throw your computer out of a window because it will definitely make sure it's gone. So that's what I would recommend. The Node.js one doesn't have problems. So I'm out of curiosity gonna try and like fix the Python one live on stream. Chances are I won't be able to, but we're gonna have a go. And if in like 5 minutes or so we've not managed, I'm gonna hop over to the Node one and we're gonna build something in the Node.js one. So sit tight friends, hang tight, we're gonna get through this together. We've got the incredible this is my only username telling me how to actually do this, and can we have like a heart in chat for this is my only username? Like, we love you, you're awesome. So let's try this. I'm just gonna go and exit here. I'm gonna go back up to repos. I'm gonna go cd mlh packathon flask starter. Let's do ls. Now I'm gonna go and do, I don't want to do this in the venv or not, I'm not sure. I'm gonna do it out. Hang on. I want to do this in the venv. What am I doing? Although, let's try it outside just to see what happens, just to see if it does work. Because I am curious. Yeah, this is a good way of finding things out. I'm going to be so happy when this works. And I actually genuinely think that this is my only username is a genuinely incredible person because it's not crashed yet. And so this is working and we're gonna get through this. Let's hope it works. I totally agree. This is my only username. Dex is saying, hey, I just joined the event. Hello and welcome to the event and friends. It just worked. So let's go into our venv and if we go in our venv and it still works, then we have had a great day. Pro tip for if you're following along at home, don't. And what I would recommend is after the stream, you go and rewatch it. And rewatch this bit where I fix it. So feel free, if you've managed to get it running, feel free to follow along. But if you are having issues, maybe like wait until after I've worked it out before you try all of these different commands would be my advice, because who knows what's going on with my install. Yeah, hashtag just don't. Everybody, I would tweet, if you want to have a chance to win absolutely nothing except pride and glory on the stream, tweet hashtag at MLHacks, hashtag local hack day, hashtag just don't, and explain what you think has gone wrong most. My favorites will get shown on stream afterwards, so I would definitely recommend doing that. The command that fixed it was this incredible one from this is my only username. And there we go. Yeah, if you just tweet what you think my biggest fail has been so far, Adam, tweet it to @MLHacks, hashtag local hack day, hashtag just don't, because I just can't wait to see what you all think. So that's the command that fixed it for me. It may not fix it for you because obviously it's dependent on your install, on whether that will work or not. Just as a heads up, it's not a command that will necessarily be universally correct for each and every one of you because it depends on your brew version, potentially, and your OpenSSL version, and all of that fun stuff. So we're in our virtual env. Let's try the command inside of env. Fingers crossed, everybody. Yes, you're absolutely correct, Adam. We're in our virtual env. Is this gonna work? Is it gonna work? The answer is I don't know, as much as you don't know, and I'm super excited to find out. If this works, by the way, everyone, which I think it's going to, we need, like, don't get excited yet. I need to try and install requirements.txt first. But if this works and I manage to install requirements.txt, I need, like, tons of stars and tons of, like, hearts and stuff in chat for this is my new username, so get ready for that. Let's head back over to the Flask one, and I need to do pip3. Am I being dumb? Okay, I am being dumb. Pip3 install -r requirements.txt. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? It's not gonna work, but it's not gonna work because, hang on. I know why that's not worked. And that's because that's failing on the install of the one we just had to do a workaround on, I think. So I think this is expected. What happens if I do this? I genuinely don't know, but I want to find out. If I just do this and then do pip3 install -r requirements.txt. Let's find out. No, that didn't work. Okay, I tried, friends. It looks like it should work is the key word. Like, this is famous last words right here, Knight. It's like, yeah, it should work. What has gone wrong here? I don't understand. Every single part of me is like, let's just try doing this not in the virtual env. How do you join the Ryan Swift fan club? What you do is you go and tweet your favorite photo of Ryan from opening to @MLHacks using hashtag #localhackday. And that's how you do it. Yeah, totally different error this time. Let's have a look. I promise I'm normally a better programmer than this, friends. Just on stream, it's really difficult to kind of pay attention to things at the same time as I think you all know. I'm gonna make the, command line tools. Yeah, how do I, switch to Xcode CLT. See, this is my new username. Look at you actually knowing the correct way of doing it. If I just use sudo xcode select, will that tell me how to use this? Here we go. And I want to do /-s, which is the path. Do you know what the one location for Xcode tools is? Because I don't think I actually have Xcode installed. No, I don't. So I did Xcode tools install. As you might be able to tell, I came from Windows. This is like a fairly new Mac. But yes. You can just use -r, can I? Oh, I can! You're totally right, I can just reset. So let's try running this time. Yeah, it's been an interesting one to me from Windows to Mac. It's still not working. See if it fails quite as badly. That's kind of what I'm interested in. We've got like Cobe trying to help as well. Cobe, I love you, Cobe. Let's try pip3 freeze requirements.txt. Pip. Wait, that's multiple lines, right? Let's try pip3 install -r requirements.txt. Apparently everything's already installed. You know what? I'm just gonna try starting it and see what happens. You know, let's just find it. It doesn't determine the work by default in Rosetta. It does sometimes, is the way I'd describe it. I had many issues with Brew, even though it's officially supported. So this doesn't surprise me that we're having some issues, but like it's almost good that we are, because you know you can see troubleshooting. Of course, Flask isn't. Of course, it's not. Python free -m Flask run. Why is it not finding Flask? I'm gonna say now, friends, this is not an issue for StarterKit. This is definitely my install because it's been doing this for everything. Yeah, let's try start. Wait, no, that's not right. Yeah, I can launch Terminal Rosetta Oni mode, but I don't want it to break. Alright, that's kind of my challenge here. I know I'm skipping past these instructions. I'm just trying to boot it. How do I it does just do stuff weirdly. Flask start. Let me just Google this real quick. Okay. So it is Python free -m flask run should work, but it's not because it's saying no module named Flask. Why is that happening? Let's for the sake of just debugging, just put this here and just do Python free -m flask run, and then we'll go and put that in quotes as well. Quotes, by the way, in case you didn't know, kind of link it all together, and that's why it's useful. Did I forget to activate the virtual env? Did I seriously forget to activate the virtual env? No, I have activated virtual env. It's okay, okay. Flask isn't installed. Flask should be installed though. It's like every package requirement is already satisfied, right? Is there one I'm missing? Where's Flask? Is Flask not on here? CD. Let me just have a look at our requirements.txt real quick. Give me a second, friend. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open VS Code. You can't see me doing this, but I promise I am. I wanna see what's going on here. Like, I wanna see what's actually breaking this. Because I will be honest, it's something. I can't tell you what, but it is something. So I'm gonna go and give me a second. I've got code on VS Code I can't show you, but I'll get it open in just a second. We're gonna open the Flask starter folder, and then I'm gonna hide the one I can't show you. It just contains top secret things, such as the code to go and get Ryan Swift to buy you a Blahage. And so I definitely can't show you that, unfortunately. It's like top secret, super secret clearance. And so like, that's just kind of life, and that's just kind of how it works. And if I showed you it, then that would be very wrong, because then you could all go and get Ryan to buy you Blahage. And I would like that, but Ryan wouldn't. So, cool. Let's go and head back into this. Pip free install Flask. I mean, yeah, but that should have been done. Like, it's already installed. I think. I'm so confused. If I just do Flask start, what happens? Flask run. Why are you not finding it? So this is happening because it can't tell the kind of root Flask. Our requirements.txt is here. I think it was this that was having errors. So let me just do pip free install this. Oh, it's already done. Okay. Apparently, allegedly, everything is installed. Like, I think that basically matches. So pip list, pip free list. We've got this top one, we've got this one, we've got this one, we've got this one, we've got click, we've got cryptography, dislib, file lock. What? Hang on. Why is Flask not in the requirements.txt file for the Flask starter kit? Interesting. Not quite sure what's going on here. Pip free install python.env. It does be like that sometimes. We've got python.env installed. Friends, honestly, like, if you've never had like a stream like this, oh my god, okay, we have done it. Can we have hearts and stars in chat for This Is My Only Username, who has managed to get us past this struggle? This is gonna break as soon as I open it. But yes, you are absolutely awesome. You're incredible. We love you. It has failed, but that's probably normal, because I am fairly sure it is failing because of, no, it's not. Why is that failing? Okay, I'm just gonna say screw it and just do pip free install like requests, and let's just try running it now. Hey friends, guess which genius? And it's maybe called me. Guess which genius maybe just refreshed this stream page and accidentally made myself a moosh. That was maybe me. And so it's one of those days. So big F's in chat, but don't worry, I'm back. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm back. It's not all failed. I was like, I'm gonna go refresh this page, and then I was clicked on the wrong window. But it happens, it happens. So I've installed requests. I am just gonna go manually install everything, to be honest. I have no idea what's going on. I suspect it is probably something with my install. It is one of those days. We're gonna get through it together because we're all in this together. From the incredible philosopher called High School Musical. What is airing out now? You know what I'm gonna do, friends? You know what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, I would recommend you all try the Flask one out, but that's not gonna be me today. I'm gonna have a go at the Node.js one, despite the fact I don't know Node.js. So let's go back to CD, MLH, Hackathon, Node.js starter. You're welcome to have a go at Flask. It will probably install on yours. It's not gonna work on mine, but that's no big deal. We're gonna go and pivot, because we only have an hour left, over to Node.js so we actually get something done. And the cool thing about the Node.js one is it actually works on my laptop. So there we go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go and do... Well, first of all, we're gonna go and open the Node.js repo. We're following instructions. The instructions here work. And we're gonna do npm install, which we've already done. So now we're gonna go and do npm start. And I'm just gonna double check this does still work. Yeah, if you're struggling with Node.js, well, I'm gonna show you how to do that now. So we've got our Node.js started, it's actually worked, and that is called an amazing day. The next thing I'm gonna go and do is set up our callback for our GitHub. So I'm gonna head over to GitHub OAuth apps. I'm gonna go and register a new application. I'm gonna call mine MLH starter kit. I'm gonna set the homepage URL just to localhost :5000, I think is the port we're running it on. Yes. I'm gonna go and set application description to I love Blahaj, and the callback URL, at least for this example, is just gonna be this. I'm then gonna quickly hide my stream because I don't want it accidentally showing you one of my API keys. If that happened, it would be a very, very sad day. And so there we go. And now I have an API key. I can go and pop into my thing.txt. I'll show you my screen in a second. All I do want to do is just make sure I'm not about to leak something like my GitHub credentials, because I know what you're all like, and I know that would not end very well. And so let's go and head into Node.js Flask starter on my end. All I'm doing is opening a file. I'm just going to go and follow all the instructions. It's our .env file that I'm going to open. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. And let's do that now. You're seeing nothing, but that's fine, because if you could see things, that would be bad. So we're going to do .env, and then I'm just going to go and copy what is on the thing. You'll be able to see the screen in a second, I promise. And I'm going to go and throw in my GitHub client ID. In fact, I'll do that last. I'm going to get my database URL first, and I'll show you my screen while I do this. Your database URL is pretty easy to find. What you should do is if you installed your PostgreSQL, you should be able to go and it should show you it. I think the Flask starter kit actually does tell you your URL, so that's kind of this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of change this slightly. We've got it's running, and then if you remember, if we look on Postgres.app, it says, hey, you've created a Postgres server. It's running on localhost. It's running at this port. And this slash, we're going to call Node.js. I'm just going to do it like that. But yes, crispy credentials. Crispy credentials are wonderful. So what I'm going to put in my database URL, I think is this. I need to just double check if that's correct, since I'm not 1,000,000% sure. I meant to put my name there, because that's just the name it's auto-created. But the cool thing is, we're going to try running it, and if it doesn't work, we're going to find out pretty quickly. I've just realized you can't see this, so let me zoom that in. And what I'm going to do is I'm now going to hide my screen just for a second while I go and grab my OAuth credentials from GitHub. Because again, I know what you're all like. Like, I know you can all be like, we're innocent angels, we're not going to do anything. And then you'll go and change my GitHub profile picture to Blahaj. I know what you'll like, I know you'll do it. And I'm not sure if there's an actual token that would be able to do that on this page, but I'm not going to risk it. It's yeah, we've got Adam in chat. Sorry, not Adam in chat. You've got someone in chat, this main user, being fresh API keys for sale, 1,000,000%. Yeah, I don't want you I don't want to end up with my GitHub account on the black market. There's nothing interesting in it. I promise you don't want it. Okay, so I've set my .env. no my luck, it's gonna go and output me on stream, but whatever, like that happens. And bazinga, you can see my screen again. What do we set the homepage URL to on GitHub of? I just set it to localhost:5000 or http://localhost5000. Honestly, I don't actually think that matters. But feel free to throw whatever you want in. And yeah, no do be like this. It's like, you can't live with your own failure. You know, this is just how it's going to be. Okay. Are you sure callout is supposed to be HTTPS? No. No, I'm not, to be honest. And I think you're probably correct that it's not. That was a very good spot. I'm going to go and hide my screen again while I go and fix that. Try HTTP. It might work on HTTPS as well, but I'm not 1,000,000% sure. I am going to go on HTTP because that's a really good point, just for the sake of ensuring this works. And by ensuring, I mean hoping and praying it works, I think is probably the correct way of putting it. Okay, so that's updated. I'm using HTTP now. What is the thing in step 4 talking about is what Adam says. Well, let's go and have a look at step 4. So we're looking at Node.js and step 4. So you created your thing on GitHub. Step 4 is update your environment variables. So this env.sample doesn't actually exist. What you want to do is you want to go and create a .env folder. Your database URL, you have to kind of make yourself. It's not too difficult. I've put an example a little bit further up in chat. If you go and have a look there, it might work, it might not. Your GitHub client and your GitHub secret you can get from this OAuth apps page. And that'll kind of spit it out. If you want like an example of how to build one, your URL, head over to the Flask one, and there's an example in there, and you just need to tweak it a bit. And yeah, the Flask one is slightly outdated, so like if you have issues, that's fine. Where do you create the end file? You do so in here. So it's just in your, if you pretend this folder's not here, this is the kind of thing we're working in, you just pop it in your like root of your project directory. And so, friends, don't worry, we'll be explaining how to submit at the end, I promise. So, let's try seeing if this runs. I'm gonna go and exit, I'm gonna go and do start. I'm gonna do localhost 5000. And theoretically, I now have an app where I can log in with GitHub, I can authorize it, and something went wrong there. So let's have a look what went wrong there. It is, oh, interesting. I think that means it requires SSL. But I'm not quite sure. Yeah, HTTP is not working either for me, but we're gonna have a dig around, we're gonna have a look. I'm confused at what's causing this, to be honest. npm run with SSL. Let's have a look at how to do that. Because that might be our workaround. It might be requiring SSL for some reason. But I honestly would prefer not to have to troubleshoot OpenSSL on stream anymore. Huh. Confused with env thingy. So env is your environment variables. All you're gonna do is make a .env file. So not a folder, a file, just in your root project directory, and just plop in the details. For your, an example of your, if you did what I did, you can probably just go over to the Flask starter and just kind of copy this. And just change Flask to Node.js. This is the realist stream. This is indeed the realist stream. This is where we all suffer together. It's this is how we do it. We all suffer together, watch it not work. Because this is how it really works in the real world. Like, honestly, like when I do software dev at work, it's just kind of like, yeah, none of it works. You just gotta cry. You just gotta get through it. And then, like, you come out as a better developer on the other side. For the sake of troubleshooting, I'm gonna go, and in fact, no, the secret won't be visible, so it's fine. But what I'm gonna go and do is I'm just gonna try and throw in, interesting. I think I changed itself back to HTTPS, because I didn't. If I put HTTP, does that stay? Okay, let's have a go at that on HTTP. I know I didn't actually need to restart then, but I did it for the sake of like ruling out anything weird. I'm gonna go and authorize. What's this on? Is this HTTP or HTTPS? It's HTTP. Interesting. And I presume HTTPS localhost doesn't work. Huh. I am specifying HTTPS, but it's removing it, which is like expected. So HTTP is not working. HTTPS is also not working, but that's absolutely fine. Here we go though, we're getting an error, and this is telling us what's gone wrong. And so, isn't that useful? So you must specify an access token via an authorization header, is apparently what's erroring out. I'm just gonna zoom this out a little bit so I can actually read it. Wow, this is a lot of errors, okay. Let me just start and stop so I can work out what's in a single error. We're gonna go back to this. We're gonna log in with GitHub. Interesting, it failed straight away this time. And let's have a look at this. I think, has GitHub changed their API? If GitHub's changed their API, it's gonna be a sad day. Okay, I think my gut instinct is GitHub has changed its API. We need to go and fix that. But actually, yes, it is. It is. We've set our access token, which you probably shouldn't be able to see, but whatever. We've set our access token here, and it should be setting as a header. Right, so what we're gonna do is, instead of doing it that way, I'm gonna go into GitHub and I'm gonna go and invalidate that user token you just saw. And then after I've done that, we're gonna just build a Python app, and we're not gonna go and worry about all of this really annoying stuff with logins. We're just gonna use a sample Flask program and just build something out real quick. Because that's probably the sensible thing to do. I have no idea how to invalidate a token, but I think it's here. OAuth let's just go and yeet this token real quick. Because I know what you're like. There we go, don't try that. We managed to get it running. If you're looking for the m.sample, it doesn't exist. Just make a .env file at the root of your project. What I'm gonna do is, we're gonna ignore the login and we're gonna just go and build an actual app. So just gonna show you what's going on here. If we look here, we've got our thing running in the background. Any changes we make, I think we'll update in real time. So for example, if I go into templates and I go into home, I can go into index.html and you'll see localhost 5000 index.html. This is what this is. So for example, if I go and do another one, I could say like, hey, I could say like Ryan Swift is our Lord and Savior. I did spell that wrong, but that's fine. If I refresh now, it'll update here. And so it means we can actually just go and build something with a Python app with routing already set up. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna go and ignore, wow, this is my new username. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna ignore all the login stuff and we're gonna just build out our own. Coding is asking a very good question of what are we actually trying to do right now? We're trying to use an Emily starter kit, which is a part of our challenges for Local Hack Day this year, and we're trying to just build out something with one. Obviously we've run into some issues, but the issues make you stronger programmers. Let's put it that way. You just posted your API key as well. Can we have an effing chat for everybody who's posted their API keys today? So let's go and build our app, and we're gonna go to our navbar. We can do this in our layouts, and we'll see here we've got like a header, a body, and a footer. We're gonna go into partials, and we've got our header, and we're gonna first of all go and set up our top bar. And now we know that GitHub is having issues, so I'm gonna go and get rid of the actual login system on this starter kit, and so we can just go and build stuff out straight away. And then instead of tutorials, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and have, just gonna get rid of this drop down, and we're gonna build a little app. We've got 50 minutes. What can we build in 50 minutes? I know what we can build. Let's build a Python app that it's just gonna pull from an API. Like, is there a public API? API to get GitHub public user info. Can we just pull some info from a GitHub profile in a very, very quick, hacky way to go and do something? Let's have a look. There is a curl here. Can I just curl a username to go and get info about them? Let's have a look. If I do, let's try and pull from myself. Does this need authentication? It does require authentication. Okay, but that's fine. How do I authenticate on this API? Let's have a look. I know there is an SDK. I could be using the SDK, but don't worry about that. I'm just gonna go and hack this in because it's quicker. And don't do that in the real world, but yes. For Nate, we're gonna go and get on to how to submit in a second. So hang tight, it's gonna be like 45 minutes, but we will do it. And how do you get to work on localhost? Step 1 is use Node.js. Step 2, cry. And then step 2, if you just, like step 3 is just, if you follow the instructions for localhost, it seems to just work. Sorry, for the Node.js one, it just seems to run on localhost like by default, and it just seems to work properly. And so that's pretty awesome. What authentication information do we need to pass in? Can I just pass in, can I just say I'm a certain user? Is that like enough to authenticate? Is that seriously enough? I'm gonna guess not. But if it is, I'm willing to give it a try. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have to do a new line on this. But whatever. Let's do -u jack begin. What happens if I do this? Because it says you can just use basic authentication, and I'm like, that doesn't seem correct. Ah, that's why. Okay. That's probably because I used the wrong password there. I really don't want to show you an old user token for myself. Can we just do like a public API? Is there any like public APIs which I don't need a user token because I don't want to go and like. Yes. Yes. Friends. I have got okay. Are you ready? We're gonna do the pivot of the century. We have 45 minutes left on this stream. We're gonna use the Node.js starter kit to build a cat facts app. Are we ready for this? Are you ready to see me blitz this? Yes, I did do npm start. We're gonna build a cat facts app in 45 minutes. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing I am gonna go and do is I'm gonna go and edit this homepage. I'm gonna go and get rid of all of this text, and instead I'm gonna go and get a cat picture. So let's do cat picture. We still love Blahaj. We still love Blahaj, but we're gonna build a cat facts app real quick. So let's go and copy this image URL. We're gonna do edit this HTML. We're gonna do image src equals. Let's go and plop in a cat. And I'm just gonna go. Do we have like CSS already set up on this? I'm gonna presume no. So I'm just gonna hack it in. We're doing this hacky. It's a hackathon project. Let's do it in the hackiest way possible. Let's just go and use inline style tags because that's what real programmers use. And I'm going to use .cat picture, and then we're going to go and set that to be width 100%. Height is going to be auto, and I know that does it by itself, but don't call me out. And then I'm going to go and say class equals cat picture. Yes, you do, Adam. You need to go into the folder which you cloned it into. And so now, if we head back over to our local host, which is currently not running, because of course it's not. Let me just do localhost 5000, just to double check that. Cool. So we're now building a cat facts app. We're gonna replace this with Jack and Blahaj's incredible cat facts app. Build your hackathon projects faster. There we go. And just underneath here, I'm gonna just put P. Terms and conditions apply. See GitHub for more details. Okay, we're gonna root for cats. Sorry, Blahaj, but we're gonna do it. We need an amazing logo. Okay, so this logo, this isn't cat themed. We can't have this. So let's go and build an incredible cat themed logo. I'm gonna open Photoshop right now. And I'm going to show you me making this logo in real time because that is what we're here for, friends. We are building an app using a starter kit. Let's go and make it 500 by 500 pixels. Design it is an important thing to know. Let's go and find an incredible cat picture. I'm going to go and use this one because realistically, you know, we are still in a global pandemic. We need to make sure people are not going to go and get COVID. And so let's go and get this cat. This is going to be our logo for our incredible fast starter app. See, the cool thing is we're still using the starter kit for its actual routing. We've had some issues, of course, with other parts, but, you know, we're still using it for routing. We're still using it for all kinds of other stuff. So fear not, it will work. Let's go and use my polygonal lasso. Obviously, you don't have to go and like make your own logo. This is just me being a meme. But you're welcome to if you want to like make an incredible logo on your starter kit submission. I am messing this up badly, but that's fine. I will go and fix it in a second. There we go. And then, oop. Well, that, oh, there we go, it did work well. So I'm gonna do layer. I'm gonna go and do layer mask, reveal selection, and then I'm gonna go and clean this up real quick. Yes, I am photoshopping. Yes, this is a programming stream. We'll be back in a second. Tina's saying, hey, search for cat clip art so it'll look better. Since when were we going for good? Like, let's be honest. Have you seen this stream so far? We are going for memeiest. We're going for most shark related, which I appreciate the irony. Good? I don't know what that word means. I'm sorry. It's like, I know Ryan Swift, if you want to know about good, Ryan Swift's who you go and talk to. I'm Jack with Lahaj. What we do is we do special. We do exciting, we do interesting, but we definitely don't do good. Like, it just doesn't happen. So this is gonna be our logo. It's the quickest logo ever made. Meme tier, yes, that one also works. Let's go and get a circle. We're gonna go and put our cat in a circle because that's what MLH did. We've got some wonderful dots around a circle. There we go. Let's go and throw the cat in a circle. And then we're gonna go and throw a bit of text on it as well. We're gonna say, let's use this color. And we're gonna put cat facts. Let's go and give it a nice little border. Thought you were internal right there, well done. Let's go and give it a nice white stroke on the outside. Friends, honestly, like, local hack day's only going uphill from here, right? Like, you've had the meme stream. I am back for some more, don't worry. But like, you're actually gonna see some people who know what we're doing a little bit later on. Like throughout it, you're actually gonna have people who have like got things working. You're gonna see people who have built some cool things, and you're gonna be able to go and build some cool things too. And so I hope you're looking forward to that because it's gonna be absolutely awesome. All the different things people build. I'm super excited to see what you all build as well, actually. I know that you're gonna build some really, really cool things this weekend. Or this week even. Like, I know I'm saying weekend. Normally we do hackathons on weekends, but this is like an entire week, right? And a week, last time I checked, is longer than a weekend. So isn't that pretty awesome? Can I share a logo after I do it so you can use it too? Of course I can. Of course. Sharing is caring. Let's give it an a drop shadow as well. We've got 40 minutes left, loads of time. Remember, if you haven't already checked in, you are earning points, weirdly, by being here. You can check in that link on your screen right now. Let's go and give it a big enough cat facts thing. Let's also go and give our cat an outline as well. I'm gonna guess, friends, this isn't what you're expected to be spending today watching, but I think that's fine. There we go, that'll do. It's not great, but it's not awful. And let's go and do file, export as PNG, and we're gonna go and pop that into our project folder while we go and build this beautiful app. And so here we go. Tina's like, hey, Shimine, it's not our API key. Are we calling all of us out the fact that we're leaking our API keys on stream today? I mean, yeah, that did happen. That did happen, but I wasn't the only one, and so like, that's technically fine. Let's go and pop it in here and replace the existing boring logo. And since you asked so nicely, let me go on Imgur and I'll go and give you the incredible cat logo there as well. I've just remembered I have to go and check out all of your incredible pictures on Twitter as well at some point. So I'm going to suspect this cat logo is going to find its way onto Twitter in various slightly scary contexts. And yeah, that's a little bit worrying, but that's fine. It's going to be fine. Like, no one's going to go and put the cat logo on Ryan's face or anything. None of you would do that. There you go. There it is. I'll get on how to go and submit. Meow is an amazing, incredible title, actually. Yes, I can't believe I missed that. Okay, so we've got our cat facts app. We have done that. Let's go and see if this is loading. If I can actually remember where I put it. It's just localhost 5000. Yes, I have too many tabs. Stop calling me out. Here we go. So we've got this. And let's replace this check the docs thing with a much more important link. I'll go and put the correct link in there a second, saying, get a fact about cats because I like cats. There we go. Kind of send you a PSD. I'll send you a PSD when we get to the end of the stream because we need to go and actually do stuff. Okay, so is this set up for routing? That's the big question. If I go into controllers and I go on home, I'll be honest. Here we go. So I can just go and make a new controller. So let's copy paste this. A controller basically says where something is going. So I'm going to go and put this to fact.js. And in here, I'm going to say if you go to /fact, you can go and render fact/index. The reason I'm doing fact/index is that I'm just going to copy paste this home folder, and it's probably going to be easier. In fact, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this properly. No, I'm not. I'm going to do fact.index. I have no idea if this is going to work, but I'm interested to see if it's going to. And then I'm going to go into our index.js, and I'm going to go and add in our fact.js controller. Where do you put the cat? Wherever you want. You can build anything you want. Okay, so now I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try... Oh, not .js. I'm going to try... If I refresh and I do /fact, does it crash? Yes. But if I go into my terminal and I... Oh, I forgot to import it. Gotta make sure you import it. Here we go. So const fact equals requires /fact. Okay, this time... Okay, cannot get /fact. Interesting. Why can I not get /fact? I should be able to get /fact. Fact is defined. Oh, it's because I didn't start and stop it again, isn't it? So look, can we get /fact? This doesn't work. Don't worry. Where in the file system do you save the cat? I say, well, you can save it wherever. You can build whatever you want, but I'm saving it in the actual, in the project directory. So if you look here, we've got, like, this is the folder which you've cloned, and I just put it in the, app. Whoops. I put it in app, and then I put it in to static, and that's just kind of all of our assets we can use. Now, I'm trying to work out why fact isn't working. What have I done wrong? I'm currently in controller/home, and I've got fact, and I just want to use fact. Have I done something stupid? Very possibly. I don't know Node.js very well, but that's the cool thing about starter kits is you can just have a go at using them. I feel like this should work, you know. Let's go. If I do /fact now, is it going to work? Sometimes it just needs time. No. Why can I not get /fact? Let me just see, we've got like a couple of other routes. What are those other routes going to? So /logout won't work, but it is officially a route. So let me just see if logout's actually working. Interesting. I think I broke something. But that's fine, because breaking things is part of programming. Hard refresh, yeah, good idea. Friends, we're gonna make this into a single page app. That's how we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna go back into our, I do not know Node. Let's have a go at models. Models is not what I want. I'm tempted just to go and hack it in. I think hacking it in is probably the sensible thing right now. I just want to do an API request. So let's go Google. Let's do API request in Node.js. Did I import the router into the server file? I think I did. Like this is the router. The router was working. Like the router was working because otherwise we wouldn't be able to get into it. And all I did was added an extra like require here, and I just made sure fact was included. Fact is like a new one. It's just a copy of all the others, and router is kind of imported, so that should be working. What I am going to do is really quickly check that I've not done something dumb. So we just do this. So what's in the root of this folder? There's index.js and there's routes. Hello. I forgot to add the route here. Okay, so in routes.js, if you're going to add a route, you have to go and add the route, believe it or not. So we're going to do facts, controllers.fact. Okay, let's try that. If this works, we need lots of like excitement in chat. No, of course it's not going to work. Oh, but it's /facts, right? Do I need to like full on stop and start again? Is that what it needs? Developing live is difficult, friends. Okay. That didn't work. Why did that not work? I don't understand why that didn't work, because that is imported right now. Like, I'm gonna presume like /tutorial works, right? Did I break the entire routing of this app just by including it in modular exports? Just double check. Did I do something really, really silly there? Right. Right now we're in the Flash starter kit. It's not working. But what I'm going to Google is we're just going to do it. We're going to build a single page app instead. We're not going to worry about routing. We'll fix that later. Let's do express.js call API. Let's see if it's kind of got any kind of correct ways of doing it. I really don't know Express.js. So we have this API. We have a Catfax API. And what we can do is we can just go and all we're going to do is hit an endpoint. And if we do /facts, it will go and give us a cat fact, and it will give us a couple of different ones. And so let's have a go at actually using it. I'm not going to try and use all of them. Okay, so is anybody who's actually used Node.js before, does anybody know how I can actually call an API from within it? I need to do a request. It's not really a model. It's not really a service. I have no idea how I would do this. Use query selector to change the title. Did you just tell me use the fetch API? Yeah, but where would I put it? I know I can use fetch, but where would I put it? Like it's not intrinsically it's not a controller. It's definitely not a controller. I don't think it's really a model, obviously. Service? Is it a service? Oh, just write index.js. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's just get it working in index.js. We're going to learn together, friends. So I've been told to try node fetch, which is apparently a good way of doing a request. I'm going to go and do npm install node fetch for me. So npm install node fetch. You're awesome, Tina. I love you. You're my favorite person today. Apart from everyone else who's my favorite person, of course, but you're all my favorites, so. How did that crash? I didn't even change anything. What are you doing? Don't think it loves me, friends. What did I mess up? It is, where is that actual file which I made that caused that? Index.js line 40, oh. Does it break if you go and put a line? Does it really break if you put a line there? No, okay. Not a controller, it has to be in the router, it has to be from the router. But what if I just broken? How is that? I've not done anything. What web page am I reading? I'm currently just referring to npmjs.com. It's like a library. But like, what I'm trying to do now is get the starter kit to work. Yeah, I'll deal with a router in a second, friends. Like, I'll deal with how to actually pull the data. No, I haven't actually implemented it yet. That's the strange thing, which is why I'm not quite sure why it's currently failing. Like, I didn't write this. This was working about 5 seconds ago. Like, I don't understand how that's broken it. Like, there's literally no changes. Can we go back to routes? I can go back into controllers. That's where I got my routes. In here? Is this what you're looking for? This just exports this. This isn't particularly interesting. We're gonna need some Blahage hours soon. It's gonna be okay, friends. Can we just put the JS inside the index.html file? It's tempting. It's very, very tempting. God, I love car crashes, friends. Oh, did I mess up routes.js? Here's what I messed up. Okay. If I just heat this, is it gonna start? I forgot I'd put that there. I'm not gonna worry about routing. Routing's broken. I think we're just gonna accept that. It's almost definitely me doing something wrong. It's not your fault, it's not my fault. Well, it is my fault, but like, that's just life. I can't even spell localhost 5000 today. Let's try localhost 5000. Okay, cool. It's loading. Okay. So, we're back in our routes. We fixed that. We're going to just do everything on index.html because this is now a single page application. And we'll, if we have time at the end, which we're not going to, we'll go and like deal with that in a bit. Okay, so I'm going to go into index.html, and for the sake of testing this API, we are just going to go and write a script in the front end just to make sure it does work as expected. And then, provided it does, to be clear, this is not good programming. Provided it does, then what we'll do is we'll just be happy. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. This is like true hackathon project style, isn't it? It's just like, we're not even trying to do it correctly. We're just trying to get it done. Adam's like, I've gone from not knowing who you are to having a mental breakdown from car crash to a mad cat party. What a night. Adam, you should come to Shark Hacks. Like, Shark Hacks is like this. Provided it does. If it somehow does. Legit. Okay, so we've got cat facts. Friends, I'd better get a big cheer in chat when it's, I nearly said in cat. Cat facts API. Like, we need a big cheer in chat when this works. Okay, so JavaScript fetch is what I want to use. See, I know JavaScript, just not Node. In fact, screw it. Do I actually need fetch? JavaScript get data from API. Okay, yes, I do need to use fetch. Here we go, this is what I was wanting. So if I do fetch URL, so when this page loads, I probably need like on document ready or something, or whatever. That's jQuery, I think. We probably don't want that, we want something. I'm gonna worry about getting stuff on the page shortly. So we're gonna, yeah, let's just try this. Let's try this. I do know JS friends, just bear with. This is what I was looking for. I'm looking for like an actual decent example, because all of these are not great. They're a bit overly complex. And I just want something that's super simple, just in case it breaks. I know what I'm looking for. I can't find it. JSON, so hang on. JavaScript fetch JSON, that's what I should have Googled. I will take a look at this in a minute, Tina. Don't worry. I've seen it. I haven't forgotten it. I'm just trying to find like an actual piece of documentation I can share. Just so show what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. And this isn't what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Let me throw it in chat right now for you. This was the link I was looking for. Because it is like a fully ready one with error catching as well. And so we're just going to throw this in here. We're doing this in the front end right now. It's not ideal, but is any of this stream being ideal? Let's be honest. No. And so /facts is the API endpoint for this, so I can just go and throw cat facts in here. And if this works, amazing. So this is going to go in console.log, which is exactly what we need. The cat fact link is gonna be in chat in just a second. This is the API I'm using. It's the incredible cat facts API. Okay, so we're gonna do a request. It's gonna do it in the front end, which is not ideal, but it's gonna work anyway. I probably didn't need to restart that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And now we're gonna go to localhost 5000. We're gonna open my JavaScript console. Obviously this is running in front end. Anything running in back end wouldn't show up here. Gonna hit refresh. It's gonna, boom friends, we have cat facts. We have cat facts. Add the response to its body. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. That is exactly what I've gotta do. Okay, so we've got our cat facts. Now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna go and create an empty element, and I'm gonna call it, just gonna do div. I'm gonna give it the ID of equal my cat facts. And I'm just gonna put some text in here, just like example text that I will get rid of in a second. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and set this. So my cat fact, I spelled that wrong. And I'm just gonna format that with some amazing lime green text, because we all love lime green. And I'm gonna just make sure it's centered. Okay, so if I hit refresh, cool. And then I'm just gonna do give it like a nice margin, top 1 EM. Gonna give it a font size of 3 EM because we need our cat's fact to be nice and big, right? This is gonna be a life-changingly incredible cat fact. This is the kind of URL. Don't worry about following along. Adam, I'll share the coding somewhere after this. Okay, so we've got this. We've got our cat facts. Now, if it works, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and set my, so this is gonna get different ones. And I'm just gonna, for now, set it to the first one. So we're gonna do Blahaj. You can have to get away for a second. I'm doing important things. Okay, so we're gonna go and, if this works, we're gonna go and get element by ID is what we need to use. Going to do document element by ID. Oh no, the music stopped. This can't happen. It's okay. I can just press play again. Okay. So let's go and do document element ID. My cat fact. Oh, amazing. Well done for fixing that. If anyone is actually doing routing properly, this is how you do it. jQuery is get element by ID. I'm not using jQuery. I don't hate myself that much. Okay, so we've got this. And then I can set the dot inner HTML. I'm just going to see if this is working to test. Again, this is not great code, but it does work. Did I do that wrong? What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something wrong. Here we go. Set inner HTML. It's really weird, the formatting. Oh, that's how you set it. That's how you... It is. Okay, I'm doing this right. I'm being wronged. Okay, here we go. So, my cat fact. So can I show the HTML code, which the element ID test? It doesn't actually have test. It's my cat fact. Here it is. And so I don't understand why this is saying it's null, because it shouldn't be. Oh, of course it is. I've got demo. Okay, there we go. My cat fact. So now if I hit refresh, it is a function. It is a function. Why are you saying it's not a function? It is a function. Oh, of course it's not. You gotta do this. It's not a function. It's not a function. That's why it's erroring. This is an error. Yay. If you're having issues, I'll be honest, I am not the best person to help. But what you can do is you can go and throw stuff in chat. Node doesn't support DOM code, but this isn't technically Node, because we are just outputting a script tag onto a page in true hackathon style, just like that. Okay, friends, we are nearly there. We have nearly built an app somehow. Okay, so gonna set the inner HTML first of all, just to check this works, to... I don't actually know what we're gonna set it to. Let me have a look. I'm gonna do... What if I do like data 0, and then I set it to data 0, and where's the fact? It's in text. Okay, if this works. Here we go. Okay, so we're now getting data from an API. We are showing that data in a page, and that has somehow worked. And so now all we're gonna do is get a random one. So we're gonna do let's get rid of some of these tabs. Get random from array JavaScript. It's super simple, but I'm not gonna worry about messing it up because we're on stream. So we're gonna do this. So we're gonna do const random equals, I think const is fine here. Yes, I think it should be, but if it's not, we'll go and have a look. Okay, so Eureka, this is working. This is gonna go and get us a random one. So I think now if I just do this, this will show us a random one on refresh. Okay, that hasn't worked. Array is not defined, of course not. What is, hang on. What is array called in this example that I didn't read? It is, why is array not defined? Array should be defined. Because that is just a default thing. The best thing is the icon. Yeah, I know, I am an icon, right? No, I'm kidding. I agree. Oh, I'm being dumb. I'm being so dumb. Because of course it's not array, it's data. Here we go. And so if I just do data, sorry, if I just do random text, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so what we have now, I agree, I know, Susie, don't worry. Okay, so we now have an app where when we refresh the page, it will show us a random cat fact from the list of 5 cat facts. I will go and copy paste this into Hastebin for all of you real quick. Again, this is not good code, but it is definitely code. And so we are full hackathon styles here. We have got 20 minutes left to finish off this incredible creation. I'm gonna make it load when I press the button now. So what we're gonna do is say function get cat fact, and then we're gonna go and by default, we're just gonna make this empty. And then what we're gonna do is when you do this function, it's just gonna run this code. Again, this is terrible code, but that's fine. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say on click of this button, and I've been doing so much React, I can't actually remember how you do on click normally, but it's not like this. Just Google it, JavaScript on click. It is, just like that. So in React, you have to pass it in not as a string, so I just wanted to double check. So if we do get cat fact, and this will get me a fact about cats theoretically when I hit the... Friends, we somehow have a app built with a hackathon starter kit that gets you a random cat fact. Is this how this starter kit was supposed to be used? Absolutely, definitely not. But it worked. Now, obviously, the next step, if I was doing this properly as an actual project, would be to do this in the back end, because this is Node.js. But if you've ever been to a hackathon before, there is shortcuts you will take that you would not normally use. This is definitely one of those shortcuts. The code to do all of this, I'll give it to you again on a Hastebin. You really should, if you're following along and somehow have created this beautiful creation, you should definitely try and make it good code, and that's what I would recommend. In the end, we gave up. Yeah, Python has been having some issues. If you want an easy one, try Node.js. Flask has had some issues. We're gonna take a look at them, but I can't guarantee you it'll get fixed in time. So, IKEA is the best, Blahaj is the best IKEA stuffed animals. Can we have a shark in chat to celebrate the fact we managed to do this? I actually have 2 Blahajes. We've got the real Blahaj and the prop Blahaj, because that's how this works. Okay, we have 18 minutes. And as you can see, you know, using a hackathon starter kit makes everything easier. To be fair, if we were building this in like a real hackathon where it was actually working, imagine how easy it would be to be able to go and build a project really, really quickly, and it would go and handle an authentication for you, and it would connect everything through GitHub and all of that kind of stuff. That would make life easier. That would be awesome. Today that didn't happen, but that is only fine. The recording will go up. Kobe, who has just asked, will this recording go up? Yes. Let's be honest, you're not gonna watch it to learn the correct way of doing it. You're just gonna learn like kind of some entertainment value, but that's fine. So we built our project. As you can see, it is beautiful. What comes next? We need to go and we need to go and submit our project to DevPost. And how do we submit to DevPost? Well, I'm gonna go and follow the instructions, which are probably, hopefully, on the local Hackday website. So let's go on localhackday.mlh.io. I'm gonna mute the site in case TrickStream is here, which it is. Hello, me. It's me. And let's have a look. So here is how these challenges work. We've got the daily challenges. Today is use a starter kit. And you submit it to the day 1 dev post. So the link I'm on right now is going in chat right now. mlh.io. Yeah, like here we go. So we're gonna open our day 1 dev post. I'm gonna go and log in. I'm gonna just go and submit this. Let me just log in real quick. Let's go and not accidentally have my password leak into chat, because that would be bad. There we go, just lagged out there for a second. Can you get a starter kit point for helping fix it on stream? I don't have the ability to reward real points. What I can give you is I can give you some, I can give you a Blahaj point. How does that sound? You can have a Blahaj point, and that's what I can do. So I'm gonna show you how we submit. Hang tight, friends. So we've gone and built it. We're gonna hit start submission, and this explains, these are instructions. You should read instructions. And so I'm gonna do my start submission. I'm going to do add new product, and it's going to be cat facts. I'm going to say I'm not a robot. And in fact, look, I'm going to put cat facts. I'm going to do build with a starter kit challenge. Yeah, you can all have Blahage points, friends. Anyone who helped today, you can have a Blahage point. They're worth absolutely nothing. But there you go. So cat facts are great, TM. It was built with love, sweat, and tears. And, okay, about the project. Inspiration. Okay, so my inspiration for this project. Sometimes you just don't have enough cats in your life. We fixed this. What does it do? What does it do? It gets a random cat fact from the cat fact API, and then Tina, don't worry. You're getting a Blahage point too. Okay, so we get a random cat fact from the cat fact API, and then show it on the page. How do I build it? 1. I opened VS Code. 2. I ignored this file structure and instead did what I think was best and did it all in the front end. 3. It was a cat fact. Okay, so challenges I ran into. 1, had some issues with Flask. This is me submitting, don't worry friends. And then 2, we also had some issues with Node.js, but we fixed them together. Accomplishments I'm proud of. We had lots of cool people in chat. I'll share my LinkedIn ID in a second. Hang on, friends. What I learned: don't live code on an M1 MacBook. And what's next? It's going to achieve world domination. So this is me just creating my dev post. I need to go and give it an image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and take a screenshot of this incredible app. And then I'm going to go to dev post. I'm going to go and plop this in here. Try it out. I'm not going to worry about. I'm just going to hit save. I'm going to make a selection. So I have to say what challenge am I submitting for. I'm submitting for the build a starter pack challenge. If you did the Hello World New Language challenge or a set up a personal GitHub page challenge, this is the same way of submitting. And then I agree to the terms and conditions. I submit, and here we go. You can now see my incredible cat facts dev post. I don't know if that'll be public yet. You might have to wait until afterwards. But if you are looking to submit, you can do so at the link that is in chat right now. And so that was challenging, but friends, we just technically built a project with a hackathon starter kit. It didn't say we had to do it properly. It didn't say, you know, we had to kind of do it perfectly. But actually, that's really important. Like, just because we didn't do it perfectly, just because it was hacky, doesn't mean we didn't learn some stuff. We learned, you know, a bit about live coding. We learned, you know, how to troubleshoot at the start with Flask. We learned when to pivot, which is a super important thing when programming. Sometimes you just need to go and pivot. And now it is time, as Adam said, for me to go and check Twitter. Oh, sweet Jesus. I have 4 notifications and I'm like, do I actually want to check these? Harsh is like, I'm loving a lot. I'm learning a lot. And I'm just like, apparently I'm leading a session. I look so scared on that, but that's fine. Let's go and have a look at hashtag local hack day or hashtag local hack day. Hashtag just don't. And let's see what you have all tweeted. Adam, I saw yours. We got Mr. Rice Lane saying, I made hot cocoa and stayed up all night, only to watch Jacqueline spelt wrong. F. Troubleshoot a Python bug and in the end we shipped it to Node.js. Sage, I want that Flask Python workshop. Hey, Mr. Rice. Your name's not even Mr. Rice, it's M. Rice, but still. I appreciate it wasn't ideal. But you came for the memes and you got the memes. And look, friends, there is actually going to be probably a proper Python workshop at some point. We actually have a proper Python workshop series that some of the coaches are going to be running where they actually know how to use Python properly, and it's in a proper workshop. So keep an eye on the schedule for that. You can also head over to mlh.io/localhost, and that will give you a list of workshops. I'll go through it and check right now. And yeah, there'll be a Capital One Intro to Local in Python. Yeah, here you go. It's a Python workshop here. So keep an eye out for them. They are happening frequently. We've got Yusam saying, watching at ML Hacks, and I'm laughing at Jacqueline figuring out a Python plug. Press F for reading ability. Love you too. And we've got Adam being like, who needs to just do it when you have just don't. I feel that inside me right now. Like, even that backpack is like the GitHub backpacks they give out to accountants experts. So like, that is on brand. Let's see what else people have been tweeting. M. Rice, this book is so boring. Like, friend. Books are the best part. Imagine if that had gone properly, how boring that would have been. Andrew Smith is like, the fact that Bev is just not tasting your Mac is that amazing. Yeah, that is amazing, Andrew. You're awesome. And finally, we have Alan just being like, hashtag just don't do it. Just don't. And I just submit that project on the official MLH account. How many people just got an email saying MLH uploaded that? How many people? How many people follow MLH? So 250 people just got a link to Catapacts. Whoops. Oh well, that happens. They needed Catapacts in their life. It'll be fine. It's day one of Local Hack Day. We can't have things actually go well. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed this stream. I've had a ton of fun with all of you. And some people are asking for like details in chat. So let me go and do if you want to go and keep up with mine and Blahage's weird antics, it's twitter.com/chatbiggin, and it's linkedin.com/in/chatbiggin. I am back! Incredibly! They are letting me come back for some more streams. I'll be honest, I can't remember what they are right now, so let me check. But I will be here for a little bit more of Local Hack Day this year. They haven't fired me yet. So I'll get you a PSD of the logo, hang tight. Let me just go and tell you which other streams I am doing this week before we go and head off. I am here. Okay, so we have on Wednesday. Sorry, no, let's go in order. On Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm running a Chrome Dinosaur Game Challenge. I think we all know how that's going to end. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to just watch dinosaurs getting yeeted. On Wednesday at 6 p.m. I'm running Bob Ross MS Paint, so if you want to come and laugh and just kind of chill and basically draw terrible things, it's going to be great. I haven't yet decided if we're going to run a normal version or a Turf War version where everyone's on the same canvas, so hang tight for that. After that, we have Jack and Blahage's impromptu Draw a Blahage stream at 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. It's going to be incredible. If you thought this was a meme, that entire stream is there exclusively to be a meme. I literally said to Ryan, we've got Draw an Octocat, Win an Octocat, how about we have Draw a Blahage, Win a Blahage? And he looked at me and he was like, we're not having Win a Blahage because I tried to ship all of them and it was too difficult. I still had to do it. But we can have Draw a Blahage anyway. So we have a Draw a Blahage stream, it's going to be such a meme, it's going to be great. And after that I am running some technical content, and let me check right now what I am running for you. If you sit tight for a second, hopefully it's something a little bit less chaotic than this. Well, chaotic's good. We like chaotic. After that, we've got doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Bear with friends. I'm looking at the spreadsheets. I'm looking. Yeah, we're doing a project to achieve your New Year's resolution. I think the New Year's resolution is going to be a total meme. Because I think we all know what my New Year's resolution is going to be. If you don't, make sure you tune in for that. That is taking place 8:30 p.m. EST on Wednesday. So it's a long day on Wednesday. I'll be around for some other workshops and stuff and just chilling in Discord as well throughout the event. So yeah, I'm super excited. I will go and throw the PSD link into chat, as well as the link to my streams once I've gone off air. But don't worry, because as soon as I'm gone, you're gonna have the incredible Mary and Ryan back, or at least Mary, or at least Ryan. You're gonna have someone back, because coming up next here at Local Hack Day, we have check schedule very quickly. That was seamless, wasn't it? Coming up next on Local Hack Day, we have No Light. It's a great way of having a bit of fun. That is happening at some point tonight. Here we go. Yes, we're having No Light. That takes place now. And so I will see you then, but it is time for me to say bye. I'll pop those links, I promised, in chat. Remember, to get your points for this stream, you need to submit your thing to DevPost. There is no code. So even if you can just clone it, you can go and change some text like I did and submit it. That totally counts. And with that, it's time for me to say goodbye. So Ryan and Mary and all of those other cool people, I don't actually know if it is Ryan and Mary. It is. It's gonna come back, but I need a favor. When Ryan and Mary get here for Local Hack Day, incredible No Light, I need you to all give them cat and shark emojis in chat, okay? So I'm gonna disappear. They're gonna appear right in the same place in just a couple of seconds. So get ready. I will see you in a bit. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye, friends.